Alright, so it's another rainy day. We're gonna get the motor plates set up and we're gonna unbox the motor and hydraulic pump assembly and see what we need to make for the plate, because I don't know if that plate's gonna be big enough to bolt it to or if I need to add another one, so we'll know once we get it out of the box. Okay, motor's a lot lighter than I'm used to, so I want it sideways. I must have the key in it still. Okay, but because this is such a big square tubing that this literally falls like on the edge of the square tubing for the 4 mounting points. But if I turn it sideways, well, she'll fit on the 2 plates, and I'll be able to put the bolt, drill the holes, and put the bolts in that way. So maybe we'll put it this way, move it up a little bit more. Maybe, I guess we can have it like in the middle. I guess we'll put it right there on the edge. And then we can, because we're going to use that tank for the hydraulic tank, so we'll probably put the tank here. So I guess we'll mark our holes and see if we can get those drilled out. I might have to go get a couple of drill bits, because this is definitely some heavy duty angle iron what's on this. Or I'll just weld 2 bolts right to the top and then just put nuts on them. That might work as well. But this one's nice. This is electric start. So I'll definitely have to find a place for the battery for it. Oh, what size is this damn thing? What do we get? Oh, we got a 212. Easy to start. I don't know. It's probably a Japanese motor. Not really concerned. It should do the job to run the pump. So that should be good. I mean, it's not a bad little motor. Got a decent sized tank on it. Definitely smell like there's been gas run through it, so it's definitely been tested. Let's check out the air box. Nice little filter. Let's see what's underneath the filter. Oh, at least it's a paper one. That's nice. It should be decent on dust. As far as it sits down, it must be okay. That's not too bad. Okay, so we got a regular carb on it. So that's cool. That means I can switch that out for one of the propane carburetors, so we can have this run on propane instead of just gas, because I think that would be much more nicer to use. Oh, that cross-threaded. Stupid little plastic caps. It was already cross-threaded. Oh, fuck it. Whatever. It's cross-threaded. It's fucking plastic. I'll put a fucking metal one on it. Oh, that would be nice. I think we'll do it this setup on this way, and then that way we'll just have the pump run off this way and the hoses run around. curious to see how loud this exhaust is going to be. It does have a screen on it. Looks like I got a little bit of material what's sticking out. So we should be able to pull this little screen mesh thing off and then run a pipe down and out. So the machine is a little bit quieter. But I still don't know how loud this motor is yet until we get it mounted and we're able to get it started. Have to find a place for the battery to go. All right, we'll make a little bracket over here off the slide tongue what goes in to hold the battery. So I guess we'll find a drill bit and get those holes marked and see if we can get some holes in there, or we'll just weld some studs when we get them. Alright, so we made our template. We got our holes drilled. We only broke one bit. Luckily we didn't break the second one. So that was good. That was on the second hole that we broke that bit. So now we'll see if the motor will fit up and we can get 2 bolts in it. Here we go. Bolts. Alright, so we got the bracket and the first piece on. We got the second piece. We got the key for that one. We got those bolts, so we'll grab the hydraulic pump. Now we got our pump. We can bolt that on. That'll be fun. So we'll get this bolted on and we'll be back. Alright, so we got the pump on. We got our feed line coming out to over here. And we got our return line and our pressure line to go back into the thing. So all we got to do now is put the tank in. So now we got to start cutting all this shit off and get the tank mounted so we know what brackets or nipples we're going to need between this hose, that hose, and that hose, and then the return hose back into the pump. Or yeah, the return hose from the pump back into the tank, and then on out from there, because we're gonna have quick connects from here to be able to disconnect it from the main unit, so I can just set this off to the side and run like the log splitter or any other attachments what I have hydraulics for if I need to be doing testing and stuff. So we'll get the tank mounted and get it all cut apart so we get it mounted. Alright, so to tell about where we want the tank right now. So we have our return line coming down, going into the bottom of the tank on this port. So we'll put a disconnect in this line here. This is the other return line for the hydraulic pump, and then you have your pressure line what comes out and then connects to that one, and then we'll get disconnects for there. So, and then we just need a fill top to put on the top of it so we can fill it and have a vent. So that'll be another thing I'll have to do afterwards. So we'll get that welded in next after we get all the fittings. The next 2 fittings we need 3 fittings, right? Because I think I need 3. 3. We need a fitting for here so the hose can clamp. I mean, I could clamp it to here. That wouldn't be a problem, but I could put a bead weld around it and then clamp the hose because that's just low pressure to feed the pump and then high pressure coming out. This one probably we're going to need some Teflon, and then the quick neck onto this one with the swivel joint, and then the quick neck for that one. And then just that rubber hose there, what we need. I think I'll get that in clear so I can see the fluid moving. So that will be next. Hopefully by that time we'll have a battery, maybe a seat, and some more zip ties and some other shit I think we need, and we'll be able to test this. So next time we'll have all the fittings, hopefully. Okay, so we got some shit today. We got our nuts, we got our hydraulic fluid, we got a tire for one of the tractors. So I think we got the rest of the nuts that we need for the mini backhoe. I've already brought in the hydraulic fluid. Still have to get a tongue for this boat because it's like 1 16th. I need a 2-inch ball because everything I use around here is 2-inch. Like this truck has a 2-inch ball on it. The other truck will take a 2-inch ball. Our fishing boat takes a 2-inch ball. Got one more receiver hitch I gotta get because the new one I got is in here for this. So it gets welded to that tube. So we got our nuts, we got our hydraulic fluid, we have our tank, we got a battery, we got some of the rest of the hoses. The only thing we didn't able to get was quick neck fittings between here and underneath the tank. We'll have to wait for that. Axle's in here freaking chilling. Make sure these are all the right ones. Yep, I will do. See, one for there. Come on, get on. I think we got enough. I don't know. One for down here. Come on. There you go. We still need to get a couple more pins. I did forget pins because I got to get pins for the legs. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5 more pins so I can do that whole setup. Plus so 6 pins. 6 pins I need. So those are the next things I got to get. So we got one there. Oop. One for there. I think we got an extra nut. Oh, 2. Okay. Everybody got a nut on it. Nut, nut, nut. Nut. Looks like we're good. So I got 3 extra. That's good. In case one of these fall the fuck off. Or I'll just make some brass knuckles. But they're not really brass, but whatever. So the next thing we need to do is weld the tank into place. Cut this bung off and open it up so we can put like this. We're going to use one of the older truck gas filler tank necks. We'll cut it off. Cut this off so we can put a vent thingy on it. So that will be good. That way we can fill the tank and everything. We got oil for the motor. I've got gas for the motor. We got our hydraulic fluid to fill the tank up. And then once all that's done, we can test for leaks. Oh, and got to make a battery box. I might make a little tray cover, what has like a flip up to cover the engine and shit, so I can put more weight on the back of the machine. So when I'm digging. And we did get the wrong fucking fittings. I thought this one was going to be the right fitting, what I needed for the bottom of the tank, and it was too small and too big for the opening, so that was a waste. and then modify the seat, get that to fit. We drilled the hole in the bottom of the tube here to get rid of the water, so that won't freeze up in the wintertime again. We got to get some grease nipples, because I need 2 for the swing arm. I think I need 1 for the boom, and then another one at the bucket, because the guy didn't put all the grease fittings in. And then everything else will just get sprayed down as I use the machine for all the bolts and shit, because there's not a lot of like places that he didn't put grease fittings in, because I think there's supposed to be another grease fitting at the bottom of this tube. Yep, so I need 1 for in there. That's another one, so I'm gonna have to get a kit of those eventually. Once we're able to test this and get it up in here, hopefully we don't destroy like the big freaking light and shit, because that's expensive. That we can test the thumb and see how we're going. I don't know if I need to move it up or down for where the bracket needs, or it just needs to go in. Alright, so it's been a couple of days since we've gotten back to this. We've gotten the tank welded back in. We got the battery box made. We just need a strap for it. It's plugged in. So we add oil to that. We add oil to the motor. Add some gas. Last thing we need to do is weld the seat on. The orange welder ran out of wire, so we have to use the cheap little piece of crap one. Hopefully I'll get enough penetration to hold the seat down for temporary. And we can start it and see if everything is going to work. Alright, so we got oil in the motor. Just need to put gas and hydraulic fluid. We got the seat mounted, so it looks like it's about a comfortable location. So now we'll get some hydraulic fluid in, get this big bucket over there, and get it filled up. Alright, so we got some gas in it. I pulled it over a couple of times by hand without the key on, just to get the pump fluid into the pump, so when I do get it started here shortly, that the pump won't be dry. So let's see, how many cranks do you think it will take to get this thing to prime and start? Let's see, joke. Let's see how that works. Alright, let's see. We'll go with this plumber. Woo! Oh, we got a leak. Oh, that's not good. Where are we leaking from? That fitting. So I guess we gotta tighten that fitting. That's not good. See, I think this Allen key, right? I think it's the big one. There we go. Okay, that one's tight. Round 2. Why does it keep stalling out? Okay, now what's wrong? Oh, here, bubbling. Okay, this is definitely interesting. Why it won't stay running? Wow. I don't know if this motor is enough for this little machine that I built. I'm going to keep screwing around here. Give me a moment. Well, I think we figured out why it's shutting off. So, this side of the hose will crimp solid. This side squeezes almost completely tight, so the flow is not going through. This hose is, I guess, too soft. So, I guess I'll have to get a braided line hose what's stiffer for this side. Oh, I just put my hand on the fucking exhaust. Whew, my palm hurts now. That thing got hot quick for just a little bit of runtime. Like, holy fuck. Whew. So, I guess next we'll replace this line with a stronger one. And maybe we won't have that problem. I have no leaks anywhere else what I can see. For each cylinder I was able to test for just a little bit of movement, but she definitely starts and runs. That's a good thing, but as you can see here, it starts closing the line right off, and that's not good. So we will fix that tomorrow and maybe get it out and do a better test besides just being here in the shop. But for right now, I mean, she did go up, thumb moved, the bucket moved. She wants to go side to side, pick the wheels off the ground now, so obviously I just have to replace that hose over there. and then we can just tie all these up out of the way where they're supposed to go, tighten down all the bolts, and put the tow hitch on because we got that welded. We still have to get pins for the legs, but that part's done. I'll need a pin for that, what slides in the receiver on that end. That way I can have it on the back of the truck and tow it to do the final test. So next we will be getting this stupid hose because I thought that was going to be strong enough as, you know, just a pull line, considering this side is the high pressure, but I guess the suction from this pump is a lot more than I was expecting. So, well, that's where we're at. So it's working so far. Till next time, when we get the new hose.